All right, today's the day we upgrade to the Hayward Skimmer for the Intex pool. If anybody has one of these pools, you've probably seen this upgrade done. We get so much debris from this tree in our pool. Hopefully this will minimize the amount of skimming that I have to do. We're gonna find out. So this is the kit and everything that it comes with from Amazon. And this is everything I got at Home Depot / Amazon as well. And I'll list all these parts down below for you guys if you want to try this. But this is the semi-PVC conversion that makes all this possible. The only things you can't get at Home Depot are the Intex 40mm to 1.5 inch adapters for their hoses, the Intex ones, and the extra Intex hose, which we will need. It comes with a set of 2. I have the other one, but I believe we'll only need 1. All this other stuff, ball valve, and all the other adapters and attachments, and a short piece of PVC, all at Home Depot. Alright, so this is the kind of scary part where you have to cut a hole in the pool. But don't worry, it's not bad. So what I did on the other side, I marked where I wanted it to be and started a little pilot line right here. That way I know when I trace my box, oh my god, it's so windy. This is where I want it. This is where we're going to draw the line. Alright, I've got an X-Acto knife. You want to be, obviously, extremely careful and take your time with this part. I'm going to try and cut on the outside of my line, but we'll see how it goes. Gotta make sure I'm not in the shadow here. Alright, scary part's done. I've seen people mention this too. Hang on to this. You've got a patch if you ever get a hole somewhere else in your pool. Next step is to fit the gasket on here. It's a butterfly gasket, so it's got to go around your hole here. We have to cut holes for the screws to go through this into the basket. But if you notice, there is a lot more spots for holes in the gasket than there is the back plate. So be careful not to poke holes in all of these, because then you'll have, if you have a hole here, you might run into some leaking issues. So, smart thing is to just mark them up. So we're going to do this hole, this hole, this hole, and follow this all the way around. And I'm just gonna poke little holes in there. I'm gonna take the gasket back out because I don't want to accidentally cut it. So we're just gonna poke just a little starter hole for the screw, because they're not self-tapping screws, so you gotta just gotta get one started for them. Yes, I pretty much have a shooting range in my backyard, so if you hear that, that's what's happening. Careful on this part too, because there's not a lot of room between the holes and the cutout. So take your time, make this nice. You spent a lot of money on this pool, so. With those drilled, we'll put the gasket back. Now we will get the basket and a screwdriver, and we'll zip these in. A couple things to note here. It comes with 2 sets of screws, one rounded head and one flat head. We're going to be using the flathead ones. Another thing to note is if you're doing this, put your flapper in first, or else you can't get it in and you'll have to take this back apart. So we don't want to do that. Flapper in. All right, that's on there, good and secure. Let's go assemble the PVC. All right, so here is the gist of the PVC modification needed to keep the original Intex outlets, I guess you can call them, to work with the new Hayward skimmer. So the first piece is this here. This screws right into the Hayward, which we're gonna pop here into a shut-off valve. This will make it nice and easy to turn off for cleaning or, you know, backwashing the filter, etc. To a short, just straight PVC extension. This extension goes into a sanitary tee with 2 of these adapters, which work with the Intex adapter. So one for in, one for out. So I'm gonna get all this glued up and we'll be right back. All right, first thing I gotta do is trim out a 3-inch section of this pipe. So gonna do that real quick. So we're all glued up. There's a couple things to note. The top part that goes into the Hayward, screw it into the Hayward first, because if you glue this and then go to screw this whole thing, it might be facing a direction that you don't want. So screw this in first, nice and tight, then glue this last step. Another thing to note is the Intex adapters come with a gasket, but you don't need it because they don't screw into these all the way. So you'll just have to use Teflon tape on these. We're gonna go hook it up now. Let's get it in. Really left my wrench. Glue her up. Would a pro remove that sticker? I don't know. Get it in place and hold. All right, now we're going to attach our Intex hose adapters. Should be pretty simple. Now these little Intex adapters did come with a flat gasket, which would be used here. You do want to make sure that you use that one. So this is kind of the design for now. I need to get a longer hose. My hose isn't long enough to go from the new skimmer to the filter, which obviously is not hooked up yet. But the nice thing about this is we keep the 2 original outlets, and we can just turn it off right from here. So everything's gonna flow through the Hayward. So future videos to come. I'll post when it's working, when I get to that. Thanks for watching.